Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of the Now Jetstream podcast. I'm your host, Anton Kreening, joined as always by our Jets co-host, Graham Shingleton. How you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic. But this episode to start off is not about me. It is about our Oilers correspondent who is boots on the ground in a different country right now. Bronk, how's it going, man?
It's a lot warmer here than back home. It's always positive. Plus 22.
God damn. Whereabouts
A
are
little
you
bit
again?
windy. Cuba, Veradero. But a cold front came in last night, so yeah, it's only like 22 degrees. It's windy though.
Nice. Cold front. Plus 20. Bad.
Yeah.
Mad respect for you
But-
showing up for the Jetstream pod in Cuba. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Big
much.
boys.
We appreciate you,
boys.
man.
I had to come on because there was a couple belt-ass games this weekend for the Oilers.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
you know
could have
what?
done. You know what? If you want to take the night off, man, you can. You've earned it. We don't need to talk Oilers. Nobody's forcing us.
Hold on. Let's also talk about a couple jet belt to ass performances as well, man. This team is primed and ready for a cup run after watching them this week, man. I am excited. We're buying at the deadline. Season is back on. We're giving Stanley $64 million, and all is good in Winnipeg.
I saw
64
Stanley's like a
million.
massive trade piece right now. There's like multiple teams with interest in him, so
Dude,
You guys might
he's gonna pull us like 2 first-rounders somehow.
yeah, they're gonna have your
we're
best
gonna
defenseman come the trade
Well,
deadline.
Or we're going to extend them 8x8. It's going to be one of the two. And I'm kind of
I'd
hoping
do
for the
it.
latter. Honestly, at this point, fucking pay the man. Pay the man.
Give him a blank check.
We should. We absolutely should.
Honestly, yeah, I would not hate that. The way he's been playing this season, man, it's his year. I don't know.
his
Anyways,
world, and
but
we're
let's
just living
start
in
off
it.
with exactly.
Jigs.
Before we get to hockey, though, let's talk about a crazy NFL weekend. Caleb Williams with probably the craziest throw we've ever seen in NFL history, followed by a heartbreaking loss for the Bears. I don't know if whoever wants to start in that game. I mean, what did you guys think of Bears versus Rams?
To be honest,
Well, let's start. Hold on. Let's start at the top. Let's start Saturday. Because that was was it Broncos, Bills, and then Niners? Or
Broncos
Broncos?
Bills was
Broncos,
the first
Bills.
game,
Yeah.
and I mean
Oh.
that was a heartbreaker.
That sucked.
I-
All of
to
it
be
being
honest,
for nothing, too, with Bo Nix fracturing his ankle or breaking his ankle
I
now.
know.
I can't watch any like sports out here. Like TSN doesn't work, and like my Rogers Xfinity doesn't work or anything. So I haven't watched a single football game this weekend. But yeah, that one I was following along on the score, and that one was a heartbreaker.
How's
Feel
that been, not
for
watching
.com.
football? You okay?
I just hang out at the beach instead. So
That's a pretty
Not
good
bad.
trade-off. Pretty
Yeah,
good
that's
trade-off.
a pretty
I'll take it.
playing
You know what?
tennis and stuff during
I
the day.
felt
Fair enough.
bad, and I still feel bad for Josh Allen. But then I remember he's making like $250 million, and he's going home to Haley Steinfeld, and he's the reigning NFL MVP. And I'm like, you know what? Things could be worse. Things could definitely be worse for that guy. So you know what? I know he wants to win, but that's okay to head home to. You know what?
Yeah.
Prayers up for Josh Allen because, yeah, going home to Haley Steinfeld and $250 million sucks. Not.
Fair enough. Do you think that Bills fans got robbed with all the PIs and stuff? And with that interception
Catch.
too, did you guys think that was an interception? That was a catch?
I think that they got the call right. It is such a weird scenario. However, I feel like it's the right one. Like there's the whole, I don't know how familiar you are, but like the quote unquote Calvin Johnson rule. There was a play back in like 2012 or something where he caught a touchdown pass, got 2 feet down and his ass in the end zone, but he didn't hold on to the ball when his ass hit. So he had 3 points of contact, but then the ball came out and it was ruled an incompletion. So with that, yes, Brandon Cooks was down on the ground. However, in real time, he had the ball for less than like a second. So he hits the ground, he doesn't survive the ground, ball pops out, and then the defender's on him and rips it away. So yes, in slow-mos or stills, it looks like it was a catch, but that whole play was like half a second. And for like 99% of the calls, you need like 2 feet and to make like a football play, which means like turning up field, ball secured, like shit like that for it to count on any random play. And I didn't feel like that was quick enough, or he didn't actually have that. So I think the call was right, but it sucks.
Okay.
That's my breakdown. What about you,
Did you
Bryce?
think the same? Yeah. You think the
I
same,
didn't really
Briggs?
see it. I just kind of saw clips on Twitter.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't have much of a voice in this, but
I mean, I think the shittiest part about it was just the timing. Like the Bills were driving with whatever it was, a minute left to win the game. And then
yeah.
like that, the play call was a deep ball when they could have either just, done a 7-yard out route or whatever it was, or ran the ball, the play call was go deep, and that's what can happen. So I don't know, just
Yeah.
obviously shitty scenario, but I think the Bills beat themselves in that game.
The Bills just need a
You think?
actual wide receiver. Having Brandon Cooks as your wide receiver 1 isn't going to cut it anymore. They
Well,
need to go
I
find
mean,
an actual wide receiver.
yes, to a certain extent, but I mean, they still put up 30 points. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
because
like they
Josh
got like
Allen is
run out of the
unbelievable in the
building.
playoffs. Josh
Yeah,
Allen's unbelievable in
yeah,
the playoffs. Like it's stupid.
yeah. I don't know.
Shakir had a decent game, didn't he? Shakir?
He's
Yeah, I think he had like 6 or 7 catches for like 80 yards or something like that, or something
Thought I
along the
remembered him
lines.
having
But
a couple of big ones, but I don't know. I think they were maybe not with that play, which that interception, nonetheless, interception or not, was fucking crazy. That's one of the crazier picks that I've ever seen.
it was
But then with the
very impressive.
PIs, like I thought that the PIs were pretty weak. Like not to mention that, the Bills had one against them that didn't get called to when they were going that way, and then that happens to them.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys thought about that. Did you think that that pass interference should have been called, or do you think that they shouldn't have called it? I guess.
I mean, I don't know. It's such a touch and go call. Like, there's clear misses that they have all the time. There's also clear non-penalties that they call. I mean, it's obviously tough to get that consistent, but I mean, I don't know. Should have been a penalty? I don't know. I don't really have an answer for you. I just think that it's such
Okay.
it's such an odd time in the game. Like, like that, the play obviously changes the game drastically, but I don't know. There's exact definitions of the rule. Did it hit all the criteria? Probably not, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I just think it was like unfortunate that, they don't call one for the Bills, but then when Denver's going the other way in overtime, like what
Yeah.
it's I don't know. If either put the whistle away or don't, kind of make up your mind about it. But
the whole season's been so up and down with reffing in the NFL. You never
Yeah.
know what's going to be a call and what's not going to be a call.
yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I guess breaks to your point. Do you think it was Josh Allen's fault? Because after post game, he sort of said that he let his teammates down and he felt like
No.
it was his fault. I guess he had that fumble there. So no, you think it's a lack of wide receivers. You don't think it was his fault.
I think it's a lack of wide receivers, lack of defense. Like, if you think of the Bills, like, yeah, they have Josh Allen, but like, where else are they spending their money? Their defense isn't good. Their receivers aren't good. Yeah, James Cook is good, but like, you need to spread your money
Well,
out. Like, you need.
apparently the Bills had the best pass defense in the league this year, which is kind of, I did not expect to see that or think that, but apparently that was
Yeah.
true. So I don't know. I think that Josh is as good of a quarterback as there ever has been. I think that he's also one of the best playoff performers there's ever been. And I mean, well, I'm sure you guys probably saw, but McDermott got fired this morning, which I mean, I feel like is the only logical play. Like you're not going to trade, arguably when it's all said and done, if he wins the Super Bowl, maybe a top 10 quarterback of all time, you're not going to trade that guy because you're not winning a Super Bowl. Like it was McDermott or it was, I don't know, the GM, but yeah, I don't know. I guess McDermott was obviously the short end of the stick, which sucked, even though he was very successful. But I think Orlovsky said it best today, which is kind of crazy because I don't think he's that smart. He said it's a results-based league, and they've sure made AFC championships. They've sure won the AFC East since, every year since 2018, whatever it is. But I mean, they don't have a Super Bowl, so yeah. That's kind of what the line is. But anyway, that's my take.
You guys think Denver still has any hopes of winning without Bo Nix?
Oh yeah.
Also, did he
yeah.
finish that? He finished that game on what was a fractured ankle. Like he played.
He did
with
it
that, right?
on the second last play of the game.
There's some conspiracies going on
They're
right
saying
now.
they're saying he did it on the kneel down.
There's also people saying that he didn't fracture it in the game because he was way too mobile during the final 2 plays for him to have a fractured ankle, and they said he broke it celebrating in the locker room. I saw that. That was awesome.
Tom Brady comes out of retirement and beats the Pats. That would be the greatest story of NFL history. I also heard that the Broncos have quickly flipped and talked to Philip Rivers about coming in and playing because I think the Colts cut.
No way. There's no way you could bring in a guy for the AFC Championship.
If he's not on a roster, he's a free agent.
That's crazy.
You can sign free agents in the playoffs?
Yeah, like if they're cut from the team, why not?
Is that the only league you can do that then? Like you can't sign a guy. You can't sign a guy in the NHL in Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final because his contract ended with another team.
No, but if he gets, I guess you can't really get cut by teams in the NHL. But it's you can get cut from an NFL team, and you can just practice roster players can get picked up by other teams at any point.
Well, I did see that there was there's a guy that got cut from the Texans before the Patriots-Texans game, and he ended up on the Pats roster. But I thought that stuff ended in the divisional round. I didn't think it went to the AFC, NFC Championship and Super Bowl. No. But anyway. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
Okay. Moving on.
Let's not. No, actually, no, let's skip the 49ers game, please. Let's skip that game.
All I'll say was I'm pretty sure that game was done after the first 20 seconds.
Literally, it would have been. Yeah.
Shaheed runs it back on the very first play of the game. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really watch that game too intently, but did we have any thoughts about that, Graham?
One.
Yeah, it'll kind of look like the Oilers, that's all.
One, I saw a very cool stat or whatever it was today on Twitter. That Rashid Shaheed kickoff return touchdown. I don't know if it how it was made or what the stat is, if it was the Bulls or borderline Richter scale for a small earthquake, but that had the same seismic impact in that one area in Seattle as Marshawn Lynch's Beastquake. It was the first time since whatever it was 2013 Seattle's had a literal mini earthquake from the stadium or something like that. It was really fucking crazy and really cool, but I couldn't even imagine being in that stadium for that kickoff. But yeah, if there was a pylon on offense for all 11 players for the rest of that game, Seattle would have won that game 7-6. So I think the Niners just ran out of gas. They were obviously injury riddled throughout the entire season. I think Big Cock Brock is an unbelievable quarterback, but I mean, he was literally throwing to John Smith and Johnny Appleseed out there. So, I mean, obviously, if you're a great quarterback, you can make anybody around you better, which I think he did. But I mean, ultimately, when you're missing your top 2 defensive players, you're missing 3 of your best offensive weapons. I mean, and you're going up against that defense and what is, Sam Darnold, who's now just an amazing quarterback. I mean, that's the result that you're going to get. So it sucks. Great season. Shanahan's still a great coach. The Niners are awesome, but I mean, it was just not meant to be. Done. Sad.
Well, belt the ass.
I'll say that.
Is it safe to say that the Seahawks are the best remaining team in the NFL right now, in the playoffs?
Yes. You think the Patriots are better?
The Rams are gonna beat the Seahawks.
No.
You think so?
Yes.
Really?
No.
I
not
was
a
talking
chance.
to a
Rams
Seahawks
Patriots Super
fan
Bowl.
yesterday, and he says he wants the Rams and then he wants the Pats in the Super Bowl. Because is there something to Darnold having a revenge game against the Rams? Is that right or no? Or against the Bears?
Not really. It's like
No?
the Rams.
I thought there was
like
something to that.
the Rams won game 1 and then Seahawks won game 2, but both games were tight, high scoring. Like I think
Okay.
the Rams offense is way better. The Seahawks defense is
Okay.
better, but I don't think by that much.
Yeah. What's scary
But I
though,
think it'll be a really
again,
good game.
quote from my Seahawks fan, the scary thing is that JSN only had, what was it, 19 yards
19 yards.
Something like that, yeah.
in a 41-6 game.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker just got
That's
spent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, I guess we can move on to the next game, which was Pats Texans. Another game I didn't really watch too intently, so I don't know if someone wants to break it down for us. But
It was honestly
CJ
horrifying.
Stroud is garbage.
It was horrifying. It was literally like the game started out. I think the Pats drove 75 yards, went up 7-0. Texas came back 7-3, and then that was the first quarter. Second quarter, there was a pick six on Stroud, and then another field goal by the Texans. And then third quarter, fourth quarter, were literally like, who is not going to fumble on their possession or throw a pick? Like, it was absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure that the Texans, to start the second half, went interception, punt, interception, fumble. Like, it was absolutely diabolical. And the craziest part about it is that I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was an NFL record or not, I think there was close to 10 turnovers in the football game, and there was only 7 points scored off of those turnovers for each team, which was like absolutely insane. But to break those points, CJ Stroud sucked. Literally one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen in my entire life. Drake May is awesome, although also fumbled, I think, 3 or 4 times, so that was fun to watch.
Will Anderson might be the best
Player in the NFL.
defensive player in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's saying something with Myles Garrett. Like, he still had like 3 sacks today, forced fumble. Like, he's insane.
It was crazy. But yeah, it was a crazy game, but Patriots ended up running away with it just because CJ was so bad. So bad. But yeah, that was that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I didn't really watch it, so I don't know. Is there anything else to add? Is that kind of it?
I don't know. I just kind of saw some stuff on Instagram and Twitter, so I didn't see much of the game, but
okay. Well, that brings us to the crazy game that was the Rams versus the Bears. Caleb Williams, it seems like, can only throw a ball when he's under immense pressure. Is that accurate?
I'm pretty sure statistically he throws better when pressured and or flushed out of the pocket than in structure. So
that's what it seemed like to me, someone who doesn't watch a whole lot of football. Is like whenever he had time and space, it was a pick, but whenever he was getting bombarded by defensemen, for lack of a better term, he's throwing a 60-yard haymaker to Cole Kmet.
Yeah. That was arguably like the greatest throw in NFL history. Like there was StatCast on it. So it was the longest throw ever attempted behind the line of scrimmage at like 26 yards. Like the line of scrimmage is at the 14, and he ran. There's a still. It's hilarious. He was literally sprinting towards his own end zone, and it's like him like stopped, and it's like him facing his exact end zone, which is hilarious. And then throws. I'm pretty sure it was like 53 yards in the air, back foot fade away. Dime to Kmet in the back of the end zone. It was unbelievable. But also, I mean, there was also multiple, like, there was a bunch of odd things that happened in that game too. Like he had 3 picks. I don't think the last one to DJ was his fault, but I don't think McVay called a very good game. Like, Stafford didn't attempt a throw in actual game time from 8 minutes left in the fourth to the end of the game. Like he just tried to run. Oh, go ahead.
I heard I heard that he tried to throw the ball early, like first half, and it just wasn't working. And then they ran the ball in the second half, and that's what worked and killed the clock. It got them the win. To be honest.
Yeah, but there was one play call in particular that had like a bunch of people up in arms. It was 3rd and 7 with like 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go, like in the fourth quarter, which obviously the clock is gonna stop like regardless. So like typically in that, you're not gonna waste a timeout from anyone because the clock's gonna stop. Like you throw that ball because chances are, like it's not like if you get a first down running, it's game over. You can run out clock, if you just go down. So the right place to throw the ball, and he chose to run it and gave it back to the Bears before the 2-minute warning so then they could get a playoff without burning a timeout. It was very weird how it was like explained to me. But yeah, it was like a very odd called game from McVay. So I mean, they escaped. I really thought after that Komet touchdown, like there was no way the Rams were going to win that game. It was just destiny and voodoo and dark magic. But I would have loved to see the Bears move on. But I mean, this is like
Fuck the
probably this is like probably the last time, or maybe that the Rams will have a chance at a Super Bowl. I mean, Stafford's super old, Devontae's super old. I don't know. I mean, they still got obviously Puka, Kyra, and Corum, but I mean, they've got Jimmy Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett as backups right now. So I don't know what the next step for him is after. But anyway, that's my take. Great game, though. Awesome game.
That was fucking crazy to watch. Yeah.
We're losing, yeah. Arch Manning. All I got out of that was Arch Manning. But yes, I agree.
Might be it. You
That
might
might be it.
Shoot. Okay,
Well-
Arch Manning.
Well, thank you for joining us. We didn't even get to Oilers. Fuck. Okay.
Shoot. What's the matchups looking like for next weekend then? Is it
It'll
Pats
be
versus Rams? No.
Pats, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks. Yeah. It's funny. Both head coaches on either side are Mike and Sean. So it's Mike Vrabel versus Sean Payton, and it's Mike McDonald versus Sean McVay. So it's either a Mike versus Mike Super Bowl, a Sean versus Sean Super Bowl, or a Mike versus Sean Super Bowl.
That's funny. Okay, well, unless you had anything else to touch on football, we were going to move on to the Oilers, but Oilers correspondent's gone.
Well, we may as well run through it quick just to give him his flowers for coming on. And, obviously he's going through a lot right now, relaxing on the beach in Cuba. And, he's got a lot of worries out there. So we owe it to him for coming on the pod. And I will give them their flowers because, yes, there was some belt to ass from them this week. Connor McDavid continues to steamroll the league. It's actually terrifying. I don't know if you saw that pass last night to Podkolzin.
It was fucking ridiculous. That was
I mean,
disgusting.
typical McDavid. But back-to-back games, 6-0, 5-0. McDavid, I think, has 2 or 3 points in each. He's now up to I could be a couple points off, but I think it's 50 points in 22 games or 23 games or something. It's ridiculous. But yeah, they got points in 4, or I guess if you count last Monday, 5 games this week. 12th, 13th, 15th. Holy shit, did they play a lot. 12th, 13th, 15th, 17th, 18th. So yeah, 5 games in 7 days. And they got points in 4 of them. So 4-1-1 they went. Beat Blackhawks, lost to Preds in OT, lost to Islanders, and then 6-0, 5-0. They're obviously losing the Islanders kind of sucks, and Preds is kind of surprising, but they're humming. McDavid looks great. Ingram just had a 27 save shutout versus the Blues. Before that, Jari had a 30 save shutout, 31 save shutout versus the Canucks. McDavid is looking literally like he's playing the best hockey of his career. He's now, I would say, past McKinnon for Hart, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's ahead of him in points now.
Yeah.
He's 3 ahead of him in points.
Yeah. So they don't play tonight. And right now he has 85 points in 50 games.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's nuts.
And please keep in mind, he started this season slow. I
Yeah.
think he had 26 points in like 18 games.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like 20 games in, he was like around a point per game. And then the
Yeah.
last 30 games, he's put up
Like 60.
60 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I'd love
So-
to, Breaks can't get back on because I'd love to know what he would think of all that. But what was I gonna say?
That guy would be a nice addition
going.
to the Jets, I think. That guy would be a nice addition to the Jets.
Who, Connor McDavid?
Yep.
I think he'd be a nice addition to any team.
One
Great
thing
to see as a Team Canada fan. He is coming to life at just the perfect time right now.
Yeah.
And seeing him, McKinnon, and Celebrini, who, if we want to talk about heart, I think if San Jose gets into the playoffs, right now, he is my number one candidate that should win the heart because he is absolutely carrying that team. I think he's 40 or 50 points ahead of the next guy on his team, which is just absurd. I thought Will Smith was like sort of close to him, but no, it's not even close.
Well, Will Smith is only 2 points from second place on the team. So he's
Yeah.
having a good year. He's got 30 and 34, but you are correct. At this very moment, Logan Celebrini leaves the team with 24 goals, 48 assists for 72 points in 47 games. The next closest is a tie from Tyler Toffoli and Alex Wenberg with 32 points.
It's crazy.
Like, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Break says make sure you say belt to ass. So yes, there's belt to ass by the Oilers. Quickly transitioning, one thing I did want to say, you can call me out if I'm wrong here, but I would like to say somewhat a friend of the pod, affiliation of the pod, Joel Hofer.
Acquaintance of the pod. Loose acquaintance.
He has basically taken over as the starting goalie for the Blues in the last 10-ish games. I will read you his stats because they are much, much, much better than Binnington's. So Joel has played. Yeah, maybe I take it back a little bit in terms of taking over the starting role. But he's played 3 out of the last 5 games. He went a loss to Utah January 9th. And then he played on January 13th and 16th versus Tampa Bay and Carolina. Saved 33 of 33 versus Carolina for a shutout. And then 34 of 36 against Tampa and cut their winning streak away. He is now rocking a 2.76 GAA, 905 save percentage, and I think is tied or leads the league in shutouts. And he's 11-9-2. Jordan Binnington this season has played 28 games. It shows Hofer playing 26. So, I mean, I guess very similar, but I don't know if that counts for like stepping into games like for pulls or whatnot. But anyway, in 28 games, Binnington has a 3.59 GAA and an 869 save percentage. So, new number one in St. Louis, acquaintance of the pod.
I mean, it's about time, to be honest. Like, I like Binnington well enough. I guess as a sort of friend of the pod, I was sort of like always hoped that Joel would either get the starting role there or kind of maybe move on to somewhere else so he could get a starting role because he's a good goaltender, man. Like, if he's anywhere else, I think he's starting right now. If he was in, I don't know, Anaheim or somewhere else or San Jose or wherever.
San Jose
So, I
would
mean,
start. Colorado, he'd probably start. I mean,
yeah.
you put anybody on Colorado, they'd probably win 30 games. But yeah, like there's a fair amount of teams that I think if you put them on that, like, I mean, maybe the Ottawa Senators, like literally, there's been a bunch of discourse as of late that like their goaltending is literally losing them games, which is like, you never blame the goaltending in the league. But I'm pretty sure Jake Sanderson, one of the defensemen there, came out and like basically said, yeah, you know, you need to stop more than 10 shots to win a hockey game or something crazy like that, like called his teammate out. But yeah, I honestly, like, I think that he could be a starter on quite a few teams in the league.
Well, I know once upon a time Breaks wanted him on the Oilers. Breaks would have taken anybody a few years ago, but yeah, good for him. I mean, do you think St. Louis is going to get rid of Binner and move on? Do you think they're going to get rid of a bunch of guys? Like, they have to be sellers this year, right? They have to try and get Kyrou and maybe, like, they were talking about it on Chicklets, Parayko, and if someone could get Robert Thomas, imagine how crazy that would be. I'm not sure they would do that. I don't think that makes much sense for them with how young Thomas is, but
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think Binner is out of St. Louis?
I really don't know. Like, I don't know if if it's fresh start, if he's just like slowly losing the game. I don't really know what it is. Although they're kind of in a weird spot. Like, they've got some really good pieces. Although I know that like Kyrou, I don't think has been amazing this year. Thomas is a great player, but like he's not like correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Thomas is like an 80, 90 point guy. I think he's like a 60, 70 point guy. Defense, they're pretty
Thomas?
old. Robert Thomas?
I think he's a point per game player.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's got 33 and 42 right now, so he's a little below.
Okay. Maybe not this year. Pretty sure last
Um,
year he was around 80 points, but sorry to cut you off.
It's like, I mean, they've got good players, not great players. They've also got some pretty old guys like Falk, Parayko, who I mean is going to be on Team Canada. But I mean, pretty old. Braden Shen, obviously getting up there. They do have pretty young, good core though. But yeah, they're kind of in a weird spot. And I don't think that Bennington's cap hit is crazy. I think he makes 5 or 6 million. So I think you could dish
Yeah.
him to a team, even if he's having a poor season, and just hope for a rebound. But in terms of does he leave, I highly doubt anything would happen before the deadline, but I could maybe see something happening in the offseason.
Yeah. Well, because how long does Joel still have left on his deal? Because I know they kind of signed him to a 3x3 or 3x5 even, I think.
Let me clicky clack for you.
No problem. It sort of seemed like they gave him a bit of a bridge deal so that, Binnington would have the next 3 years until Joel's deal is done, and then they'll probably re-sign Joel.
They gave him a 2-year deal last year. So his contract expires at the end of next season. And so a 2-year deal, 3.4 million, cap hit, total 6.8.
Yeah, okay. So to your point, I could see them maybe moving Binner either this summer or before the deadline next year.
Yeah, and then Binnington is on a 6x, which also ends at the end of 26-27.
And how old
So
is Jordan Binnington?
I think he's like 29. Oh, he's 32. Holy smokes. He got a late
Yeah.
start, though. Like, that, I mean, because his rookie year was that 2019 Cup in which they won, which would be 7 years ago, technically now. So he would have been 25 as a rookie.
Yeah.
So pretty old, but I mean, goaltenders always take a while to break into the leagues.
Yeah, hopefully he can sort of pick it up before the Olympics here, because he's probably gonna.
I think
don't
Thompson.
think he's gonna be the starter? Yeah.
I think Thompson will.
I mean, based off those numbers, I could see that.
He's performed unbelievable in big games for Canada, but I think Thompson was I think he was a huge snub for one at the Four Nations, but I also think he's just been too good the last 2 years, and especially right now. Like, I mean, the Capitals are good. They're not great, but I mean, I think he's just been unbelievable the past 2 years, and he deserves that. Like, he has a 2.38 and a 914 save percentage, 17, 14, and 4 on, I mean, essentially, a retooled Washington team that, like the Jets last season, probably didn't have much expectations, and then, were second in President's Trophy race. And then this year, we're expected to kind of decline and are hanging on there for sure. God, my nose is so itchy. I swear to God, I'm not picking my nose. It's just itchy as shit. But yeah, I think he gets game 1 start. Honestly, actually, fuck it. I think Darcy Kemper. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I mean, they took Bo Horvat. They took Tom Wilson. Let's get back into it. I'm going to get back into it. I think Darcy Kemper starts and doesn't let in a single fucking goal in this entire Olympics, which also starts in 2 weeks. How crazy is that? I'm so fucking excited. God, I wish Mark Scheifele was there. It's so sad. man.
Let's not. Let's do that.
Also, I am scratching, itching, and clawing to talk about Logan Stanley in that Minnesota Wild game, so let's transition to Jets.
Last
Unless
thing
you
I'll
got anything
say,
left.
just on the topic of Joel and St. Louis goaltenders and stuff, I remember saying last year that, like, I feel like Joel should have been that third goalie last year and even this year. If we want to have last year we took Jarvis to be that young guy and stuff, and why not take Joel, a younger up-and-coming goalie who will most likely be your starter in the future, like 4 years from now, unless that's a crazy take? I don't know. I would have loved to have seen them take him last year and even this year over, say, Montembeault, but maybe not over Kemper. But that being said, we just smoked Kemper when we played him the last game, so I don't know.
I would say not a crazy take, but I think a little bit out there that he would be the future, like, Canadian goalie. I
Who
mean,
would it be?
there's a lot of good prospects. Like, well, I mean, there's some in the league right now. There's some still coming up. But, I mean, for example, there's, like, Devin Levi.
Yeah,
I
that's the
mean,
only other guy I can think of.
there's that
Or
Maddox
even
Schultz. I believe he is Canadian. He's supposed to be, like, an unbelievable goalie. He's coming up. Jacob Fowler, I believe, is also Canadian, who is playing at B right now. He came up and played a couple games for Montreal and was awesome. But yeah, I mean, there's that run where it was like take your pick of Luongo, Brodeur, Carey Price. So I mean, we haven't really had that for Canadian goaltending in a while. I mean, if Joel gets a starting role and he can make a name for himself, I mean, he's got the World Junior Gold. And I mean, he's proven himself to be a very reliable backup in the league. So, I mean, is it outlandish to say it? I don't think so. But I mean, I think there also is some like phenom Canadian goalies that'll be like at that point or better than Joel come next Olympics.
okay.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
or
fair enough.
very
I
well,
just
like,
thought for as a third goalie spot, like take a young guy who can get that experience, because
that's fair.
even if maybe Joel isn't your guy to be the starter in the next 4 years, like you'd
Well,
imagine you have to think he's going to be on the team eventually, right?
they took Montembeault at Four Nations, who is that young guy.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, he's unfortunately kind of lost his
Is he
game for
young?
Montreal. Yeah. I think he was a rookie or 2 years into the league.
Okay, then never mind. I thought he was a bit of an older guy, and I just know they kind of took him because they needed one Montreal Canadian with it being in Montreal. But okay, anyways, let's move on.
I take it back. Sam Montembeault's 29.
Well, yeah, then I'm right. I mean, whatever. We'll see what the future holds. I'm also a little bit biased as a cousin of Joel's friend.
Fair.
Being a Winnipegger, I would have loved to see him on the team, but
Fair.
hopefully 4 years from now. Anyways, let's talk Jets. We had a pretty decent week up until our last game. Going back to last Tuesday, we had a 5-4 win over the Islanders. I don't really have any thoughts on that game, to be honest, other than good for us for pulling that one out. Did you have any big takeaways from that game, or?
Well, I was fortunate enough to be boots on the ground.
Right. Yes.
Which was awesome. Very fun game, obviously, because there was a lot of scoring. However, one stat I did want to bring up as we get into this, which I would really like your opinion on,
Okay.
because not that I think by any means is it on him. However, interesting enough to have a conversation about it. Since Hellebuck has been back in the crease since injury, he has played in, what was it?
All of the games, other
Quite
than
a few
one,
of the
I think.
games. Quite a few of the games. So since I believe it was December 19th until our most recent game, he has 2 games above a 900 save percentage.
That's not good, is it?
No. No. To put it into perspective, last season he had a 925 average and a 2.0 goals against. Now,
Okay.
mind you, I mean, he's still got good stats. He's got a 276 and a 901 save percentage this year. However, he is 12-12 this year. He was 47-12 last year. But I mean, again,
Yeah.
much better team when we won the President's Trophy. But anyway, I thought that was very interesting because not that really I think there has to be a conversation because I still think by far and away he's the best goalie in the league. Now, mind you, I don't know if that is, he's been getting unlucky or teams against us haven't been getting as many shots on net as we normally give up. But I thought very interesting that he only has 2 games since December the 19th above a 900 save percentage.
That is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really think that's his fault, though. Like, I just think it's what you just said. It's the team in front of him. Like, there's never been a time throughout these past, since December 19th, where I've thought Helly has not looked like himself or good in the net. Like,
Yeah,
all the goals that we've let in have been our fault up front. I don't really think there's anything else he could really be doing lately.
Yeah. It's just like since December the 19th, I'll try to fire these off as quick as possible. So goals against per game was 344, 220, 444, 0, 3424. That's a lot of fours. You don't really like. I wouldn't ever even assimilate the number 4 and Connor Hellebuck together. Like that's just like unheard of for him. But anyway, I just wanted your opinion on it because I thought it was very interesting. And like, I mean, he's probably, being like, oh, like, not playing very well. But anyway, I thought it was very interesting. I don't think he's at fault for really like anything due to the season, but I just thought that would be a kind of an interesting thing.
As a Team Canada fan, I kind of like that. And as a team who's trying to tank, I kind of like that. But yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on that. I don't think it's really any of his fault. Did you have any thoughts on the Islanders game?
I thought Schaefer is unbelievable at the sport of hockey.
Yeah. And Barzell, another guy who, does not get talked about when it comes to making Team Canada and stuff, but he is disgusting. He is nasty. There was a video that came out today on NHL's Instagram, I think, and it was like a blacked out player skating down the ice, and it's guess who this is? I thought it was McKinnon. And then I saw that he was coming in on the rush against the Avs, and I was like, oh, whoa, what the hell? Who is this? And it was Matt Barzell. And it's like, he is another guy who, like, is not in the conversation at, like, I don't know. I know, again, Bo Horvat is a great player, but out of him and Barzell, who would I rather have on my team?
Barzell for sure. He had
Right?
87 or 88 points in his rookie year.
Yeah.
And I mean, he also hasn't really had really any offensive minded coaches. He's always kind of had talent surrounding him, which I mean, if you're an unbelievable player, typically you can make others around you better. But anyway, I think he's a fantastic player. PC is an Islanders guy. He raves about him.
Yeah.
But my thoughts on that game, I thought like Schaefer is actually unbelievable. To be doing what he's doing at 18 years old in the league is actually like kind of terrifying. I mean, borderline to start the season, like it wasn't even rookie of the year. It was like he was in Norris conversations. And I think he's still there. He's got the Islanders in what should have been a rebuilding year to second in the Metro. And he is third on the team as a defenseman, 18-year-old with 32 points. Like that final shift where he blocked and stopped 2 empty netters, came down, and then sniped one top shelf on Hellebuck to cut it to 5-4. Unbelievable shift. But even like he got injured by Morrissey early on in the first period, which is an accident. But you could see as soon as he left, like it was almost like the air fell out of the Islanders. And then I think we went up 3-1 after one, came back in the second. They got rejuvenated and then obviously made a push at the end of the game. But like, man, he is such a good skater. He's so smart with the puck. He's got an unbelievable shot. Like he is extremely, extremely talented. But quick on that game, and really for the entire week, as we've been harping on all these guys, Taves chipped in with a goal in that game, as well as Lowry and my guy DeSchmello. So again, I don't know if it was just luck, if it was something said in the dressing room, but kind of as a whole. But in that game in particular, which kind of sparked the entire week, depth scoring has seemingly arrived from Taves. Perfetti's gotten on the score sheet. Lowry popped one. All of a sudden, we got some depth scoring and we started winning some games. But that game in particular, I thought Taves played very, very well. Very well. So
He's looked great the past couple weeks. I know I said that on the last podcast too, that him and Perfetti are playing way better hockey, but him in particular has looked really good. We've obviously got him on power play 1 now too to take the draws. I love that. I think that's great. It's been a long time coming to finally win draws on the power play as opposed to getting it sent down the ice first thing off the draw, and then we lose like 40 seconds of our power play, 30 seconds. Yeah, so he's been great and really good around the net. I feel like a lot of his goals are coming from the right area, which is right in front of the net. He's cleaning up a lot of the junk. But yeah, I think they said on the broadcast last game that he's got 9 in his last 11 now.
goals?
Points.
Or points. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say goals. He scored in 3 or 4 straight, but I was going to say definitely not goals. But yeah, him, Perfetti, a lot of our depth guys, minus. I'm not gonna poop on him because he got a goal, but I mean, really, everybody's looked a lot better except for Nemestikov, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, he had a goal against whatever
Kings,
the last
off his butt.
the Kings. Yeah. That was all Logan Stanley. But yeah, I think Taves' streak unfortunately came to an end against the Leafs, though I think he almost had one in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he ring one off the crossbar or something?
We can move into the next game.
Do you want to start?
Don't goal! Don't goal! One of my favorite moments of the entire season, hands down. And honestly, at this point, whether it's for the vibes or for the memes, just pay the fucking man. Pay him. I don't care what it costs.
That was one of the nastiest shots I've ever seen. That was shades of Steelers.
I am not even gonna lie to you. Like, if I would be, it would be difficult to come on here every week if we did not have the Logan Stanley storyline this year. Man, as much as I have pooped
that's a great
on
point.
him for the past few years, I am so fucking happy for the guy. Like, he looks like he's having a great time. He's probably like just as shocked as everyone that he's breaking out as a 27-year-old. But man, like, all of a sudden, this guy is scoring goals. I mean, mind you, he's still playing sheltered minutes. And one thing I'll say before I get too far ahead of myself, Liz Howd. She's like I've mentioned her before. She's a Winnipeg Sports Talk. She's really big into analytics. And I also like analytics, so I follow her. She makes an incredibly good point about if you sign Stanley long term, you are paying arguably the most expendable position on a roster minus maybe a fourth line left winger, because there's a lot of left-handed defensemen in the league. And he's getting sheltered third line minutes, and mind you, doing very well in them. But if you're paying that guy $5 million, $6 million, whatever it is, that means that you are either basically committing to that guy for a very long time. So then you're either expecting to never have a single left-handed defenseman prospect come into the league for the next 7 to 8 years because you've already got Sandberg and Morrissey, or you're now paying 3 left-handed defensemen combined. I believe Sandberg's at $5 million. Morrissey is, I think, right now on a bargain at 6 or 7, but he's going to get a raise. And with Stanley making 5, you're paying, let's call it all when said and done, Morrissey will probably get $20 million, 3 left-handed defensemen, which I think I joke about all the time is already a big issue for the Oilers. But her point, again, which I'll circle back to, is that if you commit to paying him, you're basically telling every single left-handed or left defenseman in your pipeline that they're not going to see ice time for probably 6 to 7 years on the big club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and for a guy, which again is as fun right now as Stanley is, he can't play bigger minutes because his underlying metrics are not great.
We're not paying him $5 or $6 million. It's not.
Dude, that's what he's getting. I guarantee you his next contract is going to be a 5x5.
No.
Guaranteed.
No.
Guaranteed.
You are fucking crazy if you
Guaranteed.
sign him to a 5x5.
I agree.
Guaranteed.
I agree. Guaranteed his next contract will be around $20 to $25 million in cash.
No.
Guaranteed.
I'm so happy that he's playing better hockey. He's still not perfect, but he's playing obviously way better than last year. But this is his first year where he's actually doing something. If you're giving him a 5x5, you're nuts.
Mark my
I would
words.
give him a little bridge deal, maybe a 1 year, and then we can talk about a 5x5. He needs to be able to prove it for more than one season.
January 19th, 2026, mark my words, Logan Stanley's next contract will be a total value of around $20 to $25 million.
It better not be with us. It better not be with us,
Well, and
because
Shelby
that's
and
fucking
Chipman
crazy.
and True North and Loyalty, it will. And we are going to
It
have
will.
5 years of the wildest roller coaster ride of my life, and I'm signing up for it. I am. I'm ready.
I can't believe that. No, we cannot do that. No, we can't. Do you think he stays in Winnipeg? Do you think like if I'm Winnipeg right now, I'm trading him.
I hope we do, but I don't think we will.
He finally has value. We
I know.
finally can. All of fans'
And-
dreams are coming true. As fun as he is to watch and as happy as I am for him and the hockey he's playing, let's be smart about this and let's all kind of take a step back and remember how bad he was last year. And he could go back to that.
Dude,
He
True
could
North
go back to that. The
is
puck's just going in for him
licking
this
their
year.
chops right now. We're looking at this as a 4-year project that has finally paid off, and we now have our 3 defensemen on the left side for the future. We are signing him. I got a sneaking suspicion.
I'm not mad about us signing him, but it cannot be to a 5x5. Give him a 1x2 or a 1x1. Let him prove it for 1 more year, and then we can talk about.
He wouldn't sign a 1x1.
Then leave.
I guarantee if we don't trade him, he's gonna walk in free agency, and someone's gonna pay him like a 4x5 or a 5x5.
And I wouldn't even be mad about that. It's fine. We can let him go.
Anyway, that wild game. I would say one of the most shocking games of the season for me.
Loved it. I loved every second of it.
I know. Not only was that Stanley goal unbelievably awesome, like an absolute howitzer snipe, bar out, but Scheifele has 3 points. Taves scores in 2 straight games, Islanders in this. Pearson chips in, Morrissey chips in, Velarde. We got a lot of scoring and a lot of points, and the worst showing for Wallstead the entire year, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he looked horrible. I can't believe they didn't pull him.
Yeah,
after the 3rd goal.
Yeah, that was an awesome game for us.
Fantastic, great, amazing, especially after the heartbreaker that was the last time we played Minnesota, with them winning it in overtime and scoring with whatever it was 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Minnesota. I love that. That's awesome. I'm so happy we did that. The amount of people, Minnesotans were in my comment section again this week, and for a whole nother reason. I rage baited all of them with that Quinn Hughes breakaway and calling it the worst breakaway of all time. Don't know if it was that bad, but I just wanted to give it to Minnesotans, and they took it and ran, and I love it. Yeah, I'm super happy we won that game in the way we did. Kind of crazy because in that first 5-10 minutes, Minnesota was dominating us pretty good. We didn't look very good, and then the puck just kind of went in for us. I honestly think Wallstead was just terrible. I don't think we did anything all that special. I don't think we were that much of a better team than they were. I just think Wallstead let in a lot of weak goals, and I love to see that. It was fantastic.
That's very fair. Very fair.
Yeah, sorry. Anything else to touch on in that
That
game?
was kind of
No?
all I had to say.
Okay, well, if we want to segue that into the Leafs game then, because I was very happy that we won against Minnesota, even though we should be kind of losing games right now. But, another game that I would have really liked us to have won was against the Leafs on Saturday with how many fucking annoying Leafs fans are in our building. It's their home barn. I don't care if we are dead last, like wanting to tank for McKenna. I want to beat the Leafs every time they are in our building because it
agree.
is so infuriating to watch that the Go Leafs Go chance in our own building and another heartbreaker against the Leafs this year. Lose
I
it
think
in overtime to Max Domi after he's cross-checking Connor and pissing off our teammates and then not answering the bell, and then he's the one to get the overtime winner is just, it sucks. What were you going to say?
I think we had let me do some math here. 97 posts?
What?
I'm joking. But we had a lot of chances. Lot of chances in that game.
Yeah.
Taves thought he had one. Connor thought he had one. I'm pretty sure Perfetti thought he had one. Like literally millimeters. If that hits the posts in the slightly different direction, that's a 6-3 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
sucks. But yeah, I thought that we did play pretty well. I thought we had a
We
lot of
did.
chances. We just unfortunately got robbed by, I mean, Hildeby played well, but also by the posts. But yeah, it would have been really, really, really nice to win.
Yeah.
Love beating the Leafs. Love it so
Nothing
much.
better than beating the Leafs.
Nothing better.
Yeah, tough game. Yeah, I know Connor rang one off the bar in the first period, and it literally like showed goal on the thing, and I was
Yeah.
celebrating, and then it wasn't actually a goal. But yeah, one I would have liked back that was kind of on us was Connor with an absolute beauty of a goal from the corner, snipes one short side. That was sick. But then moments later, Matthews comes in with zero coverage in the slot. We can just not let that happen. I think, to your point, I think we played really well. I actually kind of think we were the better team, but that one was, we can't just let their best goal scorer shoot all alone in the slot.
That would typically be the right recipe. That would typically be the right recipe.
Yeah. But yeah, if we want to look at the positives, I guess we should be losing games right now. So good for us. We did get a point. But yeah, that was pretty much all I really had about that game. Just sucks. I would have loved to have pulled that one out. But unfortunately, that's just the way our season's kind of going this year. I feel like a lot of the time last year, we were pulling out those close games. And this year, we're just not.
Yeah.
So
I
what are you going to do?
also would add on, going back to what I had mentioned in that Islanders game, and I mean, really in the Devils game, which Taves also scored in. So sorry, he scored in 3 straight. Devils, Islanders, Wild. I follow chips in with his 9th, and the Swiss superstar, Niederreiter, ends his goal drought at 22 games in that Leafs game.
Wow.
So, I mean, again, 1 goal, still, I mean, that's better than his last 22. Oh, I mean, yeah, for whatever reason, we finally seem to be getting some depth scoring, which, I mean, made us win 5 in a row, but, has also kept us closer in these losses than what we had before. Because, I mean, again, for the first 30 games of the year, 35, we were legitimately a one-dimensional online team. And we're finally seeing some of that depth scoring come into play, which, like I mentioned, allowed us to win some, but has also, kept us in some closer games. So that's good to see, even though, like you mentioned, we probably should be losing games. I mean, at least if they're close or they're overtime losses, then that's fun.
So do you still feel that way that we should be losing games even though we're getting this depth scoring and playing better hockey and competing in games now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page.
I mean, like, do I want to see the team win? Absolutely. But I mean, when it shakes down, like, we're not beating Colorado. We're not beating Dallas. We're not beating Edmonton. We're not beating Vegas. And essentially what a first round exit gets you is a 17th, 18th, 19th pick. So
Yeah.
would we rather that, or would we rather take 1 season of pain with awesome Logan Stanley vibes, get a high pick that can hopefully boost the team, and then, as difficult as it is, maybe try again to bring in some different free agents on the market this year? or finally give our young guns a chance. So
Still love to see that, even though we're getting that depth scoring.
that being said, too, obviously shitty news, which actually I don't even know if I made a post about it, but Pionk after was it the Toronto game? No, because I think Salmonson played in that game, right? Am I correct? I think Salmonson, but let me go check the stats quick. Yeah, Salmonson played in that game. So I think it was the Wild game where Pionk re-aggravated, or maybe it was even the Islanders game, re-aggravated his injury. That's going to keep him out week to week. So we called Isaac Phillips up, and then we called Salmonson after up. So obviously an opportunity for the young guys to get on defense, which is definitely cool. However, one thing I did not post because we are on the pod, but I think it was Mike McIntyre tweeted something pregame, is that Isaac Phillips took a rush on the third pairing with Logan Stanley tonight. Doesn't see Elias Salmonson out on the ice for pregame warmups. So I don't know if that's injury or if that's coach's decision. But as it looks, and it was Ken Wiebe, who tweeted it, but it looks like Isaac Phillips will make his debut. And actually, I clicked on the tweet, and Elias Salmonson is dealing with an illness, which is why he's a late scratch. This will be Isaac Phillips' NHL debut, who was acquired from the Blackhawks for Dmitry Kuzmin back on January 15th, 2025. We've got a Danny Zhilkin debut this year. We've got Salmonson debut. We got Chibrikov Lambert up for a few games. So, I mean, is it extensive stints with the team? No, but I mean, at least we are seeing some options, which I guess is good. But that Isaac Phillips, he's been around for a while. He's been a pretty prolific AHL guy, but he's been with the Moose, I think, 2 and a bit years. He was with Chicago beforehand, which is, I guess, kind of cool because they're playing in Chicago tonight. But I'm sure that'll be a big game for him. Hopefully he, I'm sure he probably won't play a ton tonight, but it'll be kind of cool for him to get that debut. So
hell yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
Well, with that, yeah, hopefully he does well tonight. Hopefully JT does well tonight. Obviously, yeah, that game is starting right now. And I also need to go pee before that. So let's wrap it up here. Let's quickly do our next 3. I have us beating Chicago tonight. I have us beating St. Louis tomorrow. I have us losing to Florida on Thursday. And then, sure, I'll have us win against Detroit on Saturday. So I have a 3-1 week, which I hate. But that's my prediction. What about you?
I have us as a 2-2. I think we go win-win, loss-loss.
Win-win, loss-loss. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, good luck to our boys this week then.
Indeed.
And yeah, I will talk to you next week. Do you got our outro song queued up?
Yep. Sorry, I just threw on the jet ski. We can listen to the anthem. Okay, I got it.
Till next week. I don't want to cut it off.